And what's the code of the Maimer? The Maimer is addressing the fundamental question of how do we reconcile, how is it possible that Gvul should access Bli Gvul? That's really the question reduced to its most simple components. Gvul cannot access Bli Gvul. Logically, they are parallel universes and unrelated. In the world of Gvul, Bli Gvul is beyond, and in the world of Bli Gvul, Gvul is insignificant. But there's no copy relationship. And therefore, what's the question? The levels of Chai and Yechida are, relatively speaking, Bli Gvul levels of the Neshama, parallel Kesef, Arich, Atik. And Seichel is the Gvul components of the Neshama. Like we said, when the Ratzon is revealed, what Ratzon does is just mows down Seichel and Midas. Whatever's going on in Seichel and Midas, it's irrelevant. The Ratzon will just plow it through, change it, break it over the protest. I can't, I don't want, the Ratzon, if your person wants, boom. He just ignores. Pure Ratzon, Sidas Nefesh, ignores completely feeling and the yeshes, the seichel of the person, and the emotions. And certainly the etzem nefesh is beyond. So the question here is how through his boneness, which is the gvul part of the person, he can access tshuva yila, chaya yechida, and moreover, the ato b'naich tichu b'noisa, through the gili of the etzem and the neshama, which we're talking about over here. So what happens? Then the ahava and the yira become stronger. Ahava and yira become stronger when you're revealing Mesiras Nefesh and etzem and nefesh. It's beyond the ahava and yira. I love, I'm in awe. There's no I. Ahava and yira is all I. In the words of the Alter Rebbe and Tanya, the greatest levels of ahava is yesh mishayah. I love, and even yira. As we speak here, not Mesiras Nefesh, is I'm in awe. I'm in awe. So when a person is holding by the level of Mesiras Nefesh, Ratzon, and then Etzem Nefesh, these levels are completely ignored. So what does it mean they're going to live with the remainder? So then the good of the answer is, it's true that Bli Gvul and Gvul are incompatible. They can't fuse together. But mitzat Atzmos, the Etzem Mamish, the etzem mamish, not the levels we're speaking about. Chai and Yechida, Nifleisa, as we're saying now, even Nifleisa is still not the etzem. Because you see something is wondrous, and wow, it's still compared to something. And the Rokeh for sure is compared. So Bli Gvul is compared to Gvul. It's compared and it's beyond. It's beyond, but you say beyond, it means a relationship. And as a relationship, what's the sense of the relationship? It's mevatel Gvul. Irrelevant. But Atzmos, the Eibishter, is higher than Bli Gvul. That's the meaning of Havaya Olikim. Who goes in Atzmos? Havaya, your infinite revelation. Olikim, your finite, it's all you. And therefore, when Atzmos is revealed, this fusion can happen. This is a very big principle in Chassidus that explains Bechlal, everything, including the Chiddush of Batan Torah, which is what he's talking about now. It's all part of Torah. Before Torah, Avraham Avinu, what are we reading about now? You're either Le'elam Hazeh, you're Le'elam Haba. One of the two. Shemayim Shemayim Hashem, Baras Nasan Livnei Adam. So how about the whole avodah of the office was pure ruchnius. That's right. It was pure ruchnius. Was the whole Chiddush of Matan Torah, the bittul hagzeda of Yonim, Yedol Tachtonim, Tachtonim, Yadol El Yonim. The fusion of Elyon and Tachton, El Gvul and Bli Gvul. How is it possible? Because the Eibush is beyond the both and the source of both. So when the Atman, the Etzem and the Shaman Mamish, Atzmos, is drawn to bear, and that's the Anoichim Etzav Chayoim. In the levels of Nifleisa, on the level of Rechaika, it can become one with Seichel, which means, as you said before, through his bonus and Masima, using Seichel, the Seichel itself can unlock the with Seichel. Mesiras Nefesh and the level of Nifleisa, and moreover, and then the Midas, the Metzias part of the person, Av and Yida, the I love and I all become suffused with, now this has to be understood, with this atzmis dikalev of neshama, which means I love you, I'm in awe of you. Why? Because of you. Because you granted me that ability to be in love and awe of you. And you want that from me. That's why I am. That's what it means in consciousness, to lay it bare. Not just gvul, person, I love, and I'm in awe. That's what starts and ends. It starts with my love and my awe. I thought about this, I love you, this guy to love you. This is an atzmisdika love. It's a real deep love. How is it so different than the original love? The original love, which means the neshama had l'mayla before it came down to the world, is a giluyim. I love you because you're lovable. I experience it. Bliss. It's bliss. Now it's an atz. Why am I loving you? He's misburn. He's a clear reikon. He's nothing. He's a keli now. He's chayshich. He's a keli for the yashas chayshich. Sistroi the emes of chayshich. Etzem beyond giluyim. Truth of the Eibishter. So what's the love and fear now? And in the face of that, opposites confused. So he's everything. He has everything. Meaning, but he has everything. Sidus nefesh, rotzen, etzem nefesh, and it suffuses with his consciousness. This means that the consciousness, which is the love and the awe, is present. But what's the difference now? I'm in love and awe of you because you granted me this ability because you want me to be in love and awe of you, and that's why I'm in love and awe of you. Because of you, that's a radically different love. I love you because you want my love. And all because you want my awe. It's all the you, atzmos, the atta, another term. Eibush is referred to never by names, but the essence is beyond names. Because you want. So it's I love you because of you. Not I love you. It's beginning in heaven, it's I love you. You comes as a third. It's I love you. Truly, there's nothing else to love in heaven. But you're lovable. It's blissful. Don't call it heaven for nothing. It's a wonderful experience. But here the neshama comes down, and dafka through klireka. What happens is, dafka through stripping ourselves of all milas. That's the cheshach, that he's misboiden, that he's a klireka. Which means that here in Elam Hazeh, we're stripped of everything. We don't have ava, we don't have yir, nothing resembles anything that we have left with nothing. That lays bare. So what's left? I'm a yid. What's I'm a yid? A part of you. Acknowledge that. That's all. I have nothing. Me. But I'm a part of you, that, yes. So with that acknowledgement, embracing that's a manashana. Now the loves and now the awes. I'm a part of you. Now the emphasis is you. You want my love. You want my awe. You want my body. You want my seichel. You want my Monday, my Tuesday, my breakfast. You want it all. So I'm offering it to you. My breakfast, my love. And that's a whole different breakfast, a different love, a whole different experience. And it only happens the matter because the Eibush only wants it.
The lowest of the lowest of the
because Nisava, that he's craving his dinner, but by now we're getting also Hasbara, because why? Because the Tachten, in an amazing kind of way, we're having an Hasbara here. Because since the Tachten is devoid of all Giluyim, you don't feel anything. The fire is gone, everything is gone. I mean, my loves and fears are now being taken as slaves. I'm excited about other things, opposite to Yiddishkeit and Kedusha, which it's all I was enamored with before my neshama came down. So what's that? So dafka, because all Giluyim have been stripped away. So what's left there? Simple example. It's dafka putting on the darkest sunglasses, you can see the sun. And then the closer you get to the sun, less you can see it. Because the Giluyim are so great that they obscure the sun. It's not a perfect moshel because Etzem is more than Moed. Moed has to give light, and Etzem doesn't even have to. So, but for our purposes, it's useful. Blinded by the light expression. Because so much light you can't see. How do you see the sun? The darkest glass is mamish. No, the sun. So like this Elam Hazeh, because there's no Giluyim. So what's left? What's left with me? What's left? I'm a Yid. I am Jewish. It's not illuminating. It's not shining. I'm not feeling it. There's no Giluyim. It means I really understand. Not so you don't feel. But I am a Jew. Oh, so you, because of this darkness, this choshech, that's the keli for the choshech. So what's left? You're a yid. What does that mean? You're a part of Atzmos. It doesn't mean you're a yid. And but nothing in the world can take that away. Why? No matter how entangled I get in other loves, no matter how much I betray you in my consciousness, I can never lose that. How's this possible? I'm a yid because I'm bound up with the forever unchanging God. My unchanging etzem built in nishtana. Etzem can't change. My unchanging identity as a Jew is only because I'm bound up with the unchanging Eibishter. So that only comes to the fore. That's what the Eibishter thrusts us down to the world. And he wants this to happen. He wants the Neshama to cry out, nothing, Eibishter, garnished, nothing. Clear Akon, I'm just Jewish, it's all I can tell you. Oh, now you're connecting to my Etzem. And with that, there's no limitations. You can unlock feelings and they won't be selfish. It'll all be bound up with the Etzem. The Etzem has no limits, and Gvul and Bli Gvul can unite. What's Gvul? Gvul is my consciousness, Bli Gvul is my Yechai and Yechida. They can all become one in heaven. They can't. In heaven, they can't access Chai and Yechida. You know, you can access Chai and Yechida. It becomes one. Access it through my understanding, through my Yisbonenus, because it's all Atzmisdik now. My Yisbonenus is, it's all based on the original Choshech. What's my understanding? Because you made me with Seichel, you want me to understand some learning. It's all predicated on you. It's a different kind of learning. The feelings are all different. What my love? What's the value of my love? Even if I had it. Up there, the value is because I'm enjoying it. Down here, the value of it all because I'm not, because of you. So the love is I love you because of you, and I understand you because of you. And that, in terms of, that's immeasurably beyond the Neshama, the Maila, which is all about its own experience, period. Locked in Gadei Elyon, Gadei Natach. This is a completely different, in terms of Giluyim, it's still not up there. They feel much more. But this is much truer. This is much truer. What's Atzilus? What's Bria compared to Atmos? You're so impressed with yourself. Atzilus is Bria, Atmos is Ein Ve'efes. But that's lost on them because they're Giluyim. They're stuck in the beauty and the glory of this revelation. Here in this Choshech is a recognition that nothing is any value. And if it does, because you granted it, oh, and that's the value because you granted it. That's a whole different. That's the Moishe. That's the great prophet, the Shirayim. The Ava is suffused in Mesiras Nefesh and Bittul, even though in their own worlds you can't love and have sacrifice at the same time. What does this mean? And here, yeah, the love is a love of sacrifice, which means why love? Why is my love even significant? Because you want it. That's a Mesiras Nefesh Dika Ava. That's a Bittul Dika Ava. That's a Yechida Dika Ava. I love you because you want my love, not because I'm in love, because you want it. That's what happens in the Neshama. That's the
greatest Aliyah will come through the greatest Yerida.
That's right.
Dafka through his boinus, not through avodah.
It's that.
I mean, at the end we'll get to avodah.
It has to. Yeah, practically.
The idea of getting there.
But what unlocks it, unlocks it. And even with the truth is, these boinus is one way, and he actually said it's the most transparent way. The acknowledgement that I am a kli reika mamish, and any value I have is only because you granted. That's the foundational point. It's actually the Meida Ani, not Ani Meida. I acknowledge it.
Who says the hisboinus? Where does it say that the hisboinus is that I am nothing other than you?
Hang on a second. Let me finish the sentence. Not Ani Meida, but Meida Ani. That is not said and can't be said in life. There's Ani Meida, Ani Ohev, Ani Yarek. It all starts with the self. Dafka Lamazet, complete bittul because of the Choshech, because that objective reality, there's no mindless here. So what is it all about? Because you chose it. Yisrael did it Daftain. You want it. That gives it everything. What's your question, Chaim? Or your comment?
where do you see? I hear what you're saying. Not arguing, but where are you implying that this is the hisbonenus of the clear Akon?
Yeah, you said
that there's nothing other than you.
Yeah, that's what it means. Yeah,
nothing to do that I'm pussed. Is that you're everything?
No. Yes, yeah. The hisbonenus of the clear Akon is that I have no minus. And that is a general description of the neshama, the matan elam hazeh.
Okay.
How did this happen? Because it came with elam hazeh.
I got it. But I'm just trying to see where in the Maamar, I mean, I hear what you're implying, but where in the Maamar does it say that the clear Akon, this bonus of clear Akon means, I understand the clear Akon, it's been post. What do you mean post? You're a grub young.
No.
Not a grub young. It's been post.
Right, 1 second. This hisbonenus is every neshama. To one degree or another.
We're speaking about this Maamar. I understand what you're saying. Where in the Maamar is
Achas El Elisha is the story of every neshama, including the tzaddik, till he became the tzaddik. Along the way, somewhere, this is the story. You come into a guf and there's no ava, all the natural feelings are gone. Period. And so it's I'm just explaining that this is the matzav which God put us in.
Okay, I find.
We didn't ask to be born, and it's the matzav elam hazeh. Elam hazeh is elam ha'choshech. It's mishcha dechavi. It's a serpent skin, and it's elam ha'choshech. And there's no giluyim here. There's no and he is the etzer. And the neshama is in acknowledging this. Because I'm in this guf. And have a shebahamis. In Emerson, it's harder for them. And that's the keli for atzmus. No giluyim. What's left? Yid, etzer. The Emerson is for the tzaddik who's already, to some degree, has av and yid. It's him, this avoid is harder. He has to learn this. Avoid of tshuva, it's in the paradox. For the tzaddik, this is harder. He should be misburied to klireka. Klireka. He
doesn't feel like it.
He feels and he learns, he understands. But it's true of him also. Even the tzaddik has to do tshuva, because Al says in Tanya that even the highest madrega of Avalum is yesh mishoyev, it's still metzius. And that's the clear eikonis. I'm feeling metzius, then that's empty. What's metzius? Metzius is nothing. This is not talking to tzaddikim, but it's true to them as well. Certainly when they started off, and even in the highest levels. Again, this Maamar is every neshama. This is the story of every neshama.
But to continue with the question that Chaim was asking, it sounds, when I read the words of the Maamar, it sounds, I don't see it speaking about tshuva so much as consoling the person who feels like, I have nothing, I'm just empty, I don't feel anything, and I don't even feel tshuva. And the Maamar comes along and says, you think, even when you're feeling nothing, that you're disconnected. You're not. You're touching the deepest point of connection, even when you feel nothing. But I don't see where it necessarily brings out the idea of tshuva.
That's the tichyu b'noiser. That this embracing, that you will live with the prophet, that's the whole objective in the story. Impoverished, and then not just paying off the debts, but having the profit by selling the oil. The oil is the etzem, the osuk shem is the etzem and the neshama. The culminating achievement that Hashem promises the neshama is that you will have av and you will have yir, but an atzm is the not the self-serving feelings you had.
But so, when we speak about tshuva, we're not talking about the experience like we normally think of tshuva, of really regretting and working on yourself. But tshuva in this case seems to be like you're not feeling it, but you push yourself through pure act of will to just continue to serve God, and feelings then well up from that pure expression of will when you're not feeling it. It's the inevitable desert that we experience sometimes.
He's actually, okay, he's actually saying it's not even the will level. Okay, will is chaya and then yechida. That's the levels of tshuva. He's saying what can unlock the level of tshuva, this before the will, is just this oneness, this true embrace and acknowledgement of it, the matzav of the neshama, the matter being a klireka. And with that is the pining for connection. And that, if the bonus, it's intellectual, just the intellectual, true awareness. But it's a tzaka, it's a cry. It's a cry of the awareness of what has happened to the neshama lamata and how disconnected and what a dark place we're being thrust. And there's going to be the pining for that. The tzaka, that unlocks the tshuva, the will, all of the will then follows after. The will, etzem nefesh, everything fires. And the question was, how do the finite components of the neshama access the infinite? It's other etzem. Aizboninus, which means intellectual, really, an appreciation, an understanding of what has become of me, where I am. That it's just understanding. That can unlock, if it's true, because the etzem is fused with every level, that can unlock the rotzen, the mesiras nefesh, and great teshuvah, passion and avodah which follows. That's the chiddush of the Bible, is that all of this can be accessed through the finite, these bonus, naran, from you, these levels. Let's summarize here. Means Mcha is your consciousness, your seichel and midas. And if the transcendent levels of mesiras nefesh, and that's a rotzen, then in etzem nefesh, which is even higher than mesiras nefesh, they're not distant from you. Why? Because in Olam Hazeh, the etzem neshama, higher than the fleisa, higher than the chayka, higher than nefesh neshama chaya, is present and comes to the fore because of the chayshach, because there's no giluyim. And how do you embrace that? No, and you can embrace that through any part of you, your seichel. Your seichel, this etzem inside, the etzem is right there in equally present. What's the mind that he has given everything and has everything? The etzem is present in even the koichas hagiluyim, even in the finite and in the infinite, all equally. It could start with tshuva too, without these bonus, just rotzen. Anyway, the chiddush is even through seichel.
It's interesting.
Is present in every nekudah of the neshama, not true l'mayla at all. The etzem is completely lost on the neshama, and the neshama l'mayla is seichel and midas, and it can't even access its chay and yechid. Cannot access chay and yechid. Here we can access chay and yechid because the etzem is at the fore here.
So why through his blindness more than through mitzvahs?
Technical. Neshama, avatzilas, neshama, the bri, whatever. Yishtalshalis, the earlier share, Yishtalshalis mitzad itself cannot access the Ma'alim Yishtalshalis. That's the whole point of Yishtalshalis. It's a tzimtzum and gambarnu. And glikvul and rule and never the twain shall meet. And the neshamas are all in Yishtalshalis, to one degree or another. Tzilas and Bria cannot access the Ma'alim. Here we can access koiches makifim and atzmim. Why? Parallel would be Eirin Sof, Soivev, and even higher dargas, the Etzem. Why? Because the Etzem, the Anoichi, is only invested here and not on any level of Seder Shtalshalis, not in Gilut, not in the Blikvul, not in the Gvul. Dafke Nilam has. And therefore, the Blikvul and Gvul confused. And therefore, through my Seichel, I can stir my blikvul components, my makifim, chayin, yechida, and they can become one. As you said before, that the av and yida is rooted in mesiras nefesh, it's mesiras nefesh dika ava, and it's an atmis dika ava. It's this fusion that's only possible here. Okay, we're going to move to the next Quick comment, Chaim.
One last question. So the Rebbe often speaks about the power of Kabbalah's all to bring out the highest level. I thought that's really what this mimer was all about, is when you're feeling nothing. And when you don't even have the sense that your hisbonenus has any real value, through pure Kabbalah's all, you can sometimes reach up and bring down a level of love and fear that it's almost miraculous.
That too, but the Chiddush the mind is not only Kabbalah soil, but Seichel, your hisbonenus, your understanding can access this level.
Why not mitzvahs? Again, back to the original question. So if that's the case, why is he saying that there's a bigger advantage of a person feeling like he's void over actually doing mitzvahs without feeling? If he's everywhere,
that's what can connect to the etzem, stripping it of all milas. Their acknowledgement that there are no milas.
Okay.
There are no milas. So what's left? I'm a Yid. That's it.
In other words, mitzvah is already in action. It is a okay. I got it. Accept. Good Shabbos. Thank you.
We'll revisit this. You had a question? A quick question. Okay. Yeah. What about today's story? What was it? We have to start with the story. No,
Rabbi, good Shabbos. I apologize. I'm actually going to call in instead of being there in person. Sorry about that.
Okay, Ronnie.
Thank you. See you later.
Yeah. Okay. I'm ready to take a story. Yeah, quick.
Beginning of the moment, the explainness of Kli Reika is a Meridas. Like you said, I don't have the Av, I don't have the Yira. I'm missing what I had up there.
Right.
After going through the whole Maimer, we have a different understanding kind of what that hisbonenus should be. It's not a Kli Reika because I don't have what I had and now I want it. I'm a Kli Reika. It's not even a Meridas, it seems not anymore, right? It's more like I'm down here. And so my matzav is I need to tap into my own etzem. And my own etzem doesn't have all these giluyim.
But it does start with this Meridas, this classic Meridas. If someone looks at itself, so what happened to me? I had this avenue of my, now I have nothing. And it turns out that in this nothing is the greatest connection. But now we learned the mimer. And yeah. Now the avodah after the mimer. But still, it still comes. It's the process is still there has to be this appreciation of I had a relationship with you and I don't have now with consciousness. And again, to find out the relationship and to be deeper, okay, but it has to begin with the facing the facts. The Maila, I was connected to you. So in the end, it comes out, it was a Yeshidik connections, Gidul, even now it's going to be Atmizdik. But that's only through his bonus and the Avodah that comes later. But the first acknowledgement is, I was connected and I'm not anymore.
It's a never-ending hisbonenus. Even a tzaddik.
And the starting point has to be there. What happened to me? Then the big chiddush, it happened to you because it's going to go a lot deeper. But if you have that to begin with, oh, great, I'm in the Elam Hazar, now we can serve with etzem, and it doesn't work that way. That's undermines everything. You're happy. You're happy that you thrust in Chesed. The first thing has to be the conscious, what I felt you, I don't feel you anymore. And that's the immediate experience. That's the immediate natural experience. The Eibishter wants that. At the end, you look back and you wanted this, you wanted me to feel that. Yeah, that's all at the end. But the process is, and it's not a ruse, it's real and true.
So at any level that you're in Yiddishkeit, you could get to that hisbonenus.
Relative to each person.
Relative, right?
Yeah. Okay, here's a
and
story.
Like you said, even if you're a tzaddik.
A quick story about Ashgacha